What's going on, guys? This is Snoop603 from Shustybang, and joining me today is special guest Chris Spooner, and welcome to the 9th episode of my Battlefield 4 weapon reviews. In today's video, we're going to go over the MTAR-21 from both the PC and the Xbox One perspectives. Now, as it is a carbine, the MTAR-21 is available for all classes, and to unlock the MTAR, you need to have the China Rising DLC, and you'll need to complete the assignment called Multi-Talent, which requires you to get a kill with a sniper rifle, an assault rifle, an LMG, and a hand grenade all in one game.
The country of origin for the MTAR-21 is Israel. It can be used in either semi-auto, burst, or fully automatic fire modes. The rate of fire is 900 rounds per minute, and it fires the typical 5.56 by 45mm NATO rounds. The ammo capacity is 30 rounds plus 1 in the chamber, with reload times of 2.5 seconds while one bullet is still chambered, or 3 seconds when you run the magazine completely dry. The damage ratings of the MTAR-21 are 25 hit points of damage per bullet out to 8 meters, then it trails down to a minimum of 18 hit points of damage per bullet out to 50 meters. The MTAR has pretty heavy recoil stats of 0.4 horizontally and 0.34 vertically, as well as a harsh 2.8 times first shot recoil multiplier value.
The main reason I jumped from the UMP9 to the MTAR-21 for my review is because this was one of the most requested weapons that I saw in the comments. That, and I was able to obtain the stats from Symthic.com before they were posted to the site, although by the time this review will be posted, they should be available to everyone. The MTAR-21 continues the streak of incredibly great weapons that I've been reviewing lately, and I have to say, I think this is one of my favorites. One common thing that Fake Phil and I have always agreed on in past reviews is that with these guns, fire rate reigns supreme. Yes, there are other factors to consider on just how good a gun can be, but really that high rate of fire is going to help you out the most if you're at least of average skill. The MTAR-21 fits right at home in the close to mid-range, which should not come as a surprise given what kind of gun it is. The high rate of fire and what I feel is a rather low hipfire spread really make this gun a lawnmower to enemies. If you can get a good flank and get on top of them, this gun just mows them down. And there's your bad joke of the review. In all seriousness though, the MTAR is just an insanely good short-range weapon. The recoil stats are high, but with the right setup, you can mitigate that and turn this gun into a respectably accurate and easy-to-use weapon. Now, as I said in the last review, I've been a bit turned off on Conquest, so I've been sticking to a lot of domination and team deathmatch. And this gun is just phenomenal for those game modes. Most maps play small and fast, and that's where this gun really shines. It will certainly work well in Rush if you like to play close to the MCOMs as the last line of defense, and certainly in Conquest if you stick to 1 or 2 flags. The reload times are right about average, but they're not so high that I felt like I was getting caught with my pants down while reloading. It's a nice sweet spot for this gun, and I feel like DICE did a great job with the overall balance. My preferred loadout for the MTAR-21 is the holographic sight, the ergo grip, and the suppressor. I actually like this gun without a laser sight because it allowed me to engage enemies from the mid-range without compromising my position. That little laser sight from mid-range is kind of like a target for you. I mean, with the laser sight, this gun is stupid good when hip firing, but even without it, it's still very good. For the added stealth of being harder to see, I was willing to give up the added hip fire accuracy. I'm going to give the MTAR-21 a 4 out of 5. I feel like I have to dock it a star because while it is very good in the close to mid-range, it wasn't anywhere near as effective in the long range due to the recoil. To get the most out of this gun, I really think the suppressor is the way to go, and that further inhibits its long range effectiveness. When it lacks long range though, it more than makes up for it in the short to mid-range.
So what can be said about the MTAR except it's a beast? The MTAR is an insane fire rate, which is the highest in its category, which makes it great for close quarters where you can spray out the required number of shots to kill in just a couple of milliseconds. Surprisingly though, I also found it quite easy to pick off baddies at long range too, providing they kindly stood still, but that fast rate of fire kinda helps send out tight groupings of shots, which means multiple hits per pull of the trigger, unlike a slower fire rate weapon where the recoil can often come into effect and result in a missed second or third shot in any one burst. The only real downfall of the MTAR is its reload time. 2.5 seconds is pretty lethargic compared to some of the other weapons in its class, particularly the ACWR, which comes along with very similar stats except a much faster 1.8 second reload time. The reason for this longer reload time of the MTAR is probably down to its bullpup design, but typically that does mean you're going to benefit from greater accuracy thanks to lower bullet spread while firing on the move. This is a good feature to have because accuracy is one of the major factors that determines the outcome of a gunfight in Battlefield. So between these weapons, it's really a trade-off between that faster reload time, which is going to help prevent those awkward situations where you're left stranded halfway through reload, or that greater accuracy, which means tighter bullet spreads and more likelihood of landing those required shots to kill. The only problem I had with the MTAR was deciding which grip to use. Do you go with the ergo grip to build upon that already high accuracy of the bullpup design? Do you go with the stubby grip to benefit from that per shot spread decrease, because after all it is a high fire rate weapon where you can quite easily blaze through a whole magazine in one single gunfight? Or do you go with the angled grip to tame the highest first shot recoil value out of the whole class? But no matter which grip and overall loadout you choose for the MTAR, you're still going to be able to dominate because of how competitive this weapon is, which is why my overall rating for the MTAR-21 is a full 5 out of 5.
Alright guys, that's going to wrap up today's weapon review. I hope you enjoyed it. Overall, the MTAR-21 has earned 4.5 out of 5 stars. I want to take a second to say thank you to Chris Spooner for being a guest on this week's weapon review. I hope you guys all enjoyed his perspective on the weapon. If you could please take a moment to go down to the video description, you'll find a link to his channel. Take a moment, check it out. He has his own Battlefield 4 weapon reviews, as well as videos on some other games. If you did enjoy this review overall, I ask that you please also check out my other videos, as I do more than just these weapon reviews. Last but not least, please like and share the video if you enjoyed it. Always means a lot to me to see the video do well with the ratings. Thanks everyone, I'll see you guys in the next video.